watching QTV this morning, and I am Jane Omasonko. Ibrahim, good morning.
Good morning. It's World Fantastic Day today, according to Setijan Sise.
Why are you shouting?
Well, I just want to send the message across. Setijan Mune, today World Fantastic Day. How much fun like no. This morning, well, telling everybody in the office today is World Fantastic Day. What does it mean by? I don't even know. Well, I know fantastic means something cool, something beautiful,
wonderful. But maybe he has a point. Maybe if you look down the list of days that the UN gives.
But Mr. Ade, today, you are the master of UN days. So if you say it's not possible, then it does not exist.
No, you want to tell me it is marked on the UN's calendar, 27th of June, Monday.
Mr. Ade knows all the UN days. Like he knows all the UN days, 12 months, round the clock.
Yes, yesterday was actually World Day for Victims of Torture. Yeah. And actually today is World Day for Small Businesses.
Yeah, great.
So, and it's a UN day. It's an official UN day.
It is.
So maybe that's why it's a fantastic day.
So, Mr. Ade, how did you get to know all these days offhand? Like, you know these days so much, and you know because you know them. So I'm actually also trying to kind of know them. Yeah. So you can see how much I follow on the UN days. You've actually inculcated that in me.
That's right. I try and remember them, and also one of the other things I try and remember are Independence Days for African countries. So for example, today is Djibouti's Independence Day, and yesterday was Madagascar's Independence Day. I try and remember them because really we should celebrate them, because some of them went through quite a struggle before they got independence. The UN days, there are many, and I don't always remember them. I have to be honest. I try, and mentally I always parcel them off into what comes in early June, mid-June and late June, and so that way I can remember them. No, I just, for example, this month I'm talking about, because we're in June. Yeah. So each month I try and kind of memorize the days for that particular month. And so July, I'll do the same at the beginning of July. I'll look at the days and I'll try and remember them.
What UN day do you know?
Well, I only remember public holidays. So
no, but I mean, tell us one UN day. And maybe someone out there has a prize for you. Tell us one.
You want to start the drama?
No, it's not a drama. Mr. Ade,
well,
what's wrong with that? I just want
remember today.
I know he knows one UN day.
Today,
tell me one, any.
Today is World Fantastic Day, so I am fine with it.
I'm talking serious, like on a serious
note. That's the only day I remember.
Okay, Mr. Ade, what days under the UN is your favorite?
Well, my favorite actually is the one, and maybe because I'm in the Gambia since I've been here, so I felt sad that we weren't able to do yesterday, which was Day to Remember Victims of Torture.
Oh, the torture one.
Because of obviously what this country went through. So that's one that I always remember. I don't even have to look at the list. It comes to me. And,
So Ibrahim, I'm insistent. What's your favorite event?
Well, I'm insisting we forget about it.
I have to say,
no problem. I rest my case.
I once wrote to the UN suggesting a day for them. I said February the 9th should be World Stamps Day, or World Letter Writing Day, or World... And I chose it for a good reason, because 9th of February 1964, Sierra Leone became the first country in the world to produce self-adhesive stamps. So after Sierra Leone came up, people didn't have to lick their stamps anymore. So, you know, imagine that small West African country, first in the world. So I thought to commemorate that, they should make 9th of February, but they didn't even reply.
But normally, individuals can suggest.
I think they like it to come from a body or a government.
Or a body,
like some international organization could suggest something. So they have many, you know, for days of victims of torture, victims of forced disappearances. There are loads of days, over close to 200 actually.
But normally I think the days are good, but some people just have these ideas where it's UN, you know, and also because it's UN, to many it's the United States. I know, the United States has a lot of influence, obviously.
But not for things like that.
Yes,
not
for
things
days.
Like that.
You know, people just have the concept of westernizing. You know, some of these activities. You know.
No, I mean the United Nations by its nature of is an international organization.
And
yes, the headquarters exactly the headquarters might be in the United States, but it's meant to be for the whole world. And so people can suggest. In fact, if you look at the days, I don't think any of them have actually been suggested by the United States, not a single one. So they don't have an influence in that sense. And what you find is when you go on their page, for each day, they have lots and lots of resources. They will have videos, they will have posters, they will have hashtags to use on social media if you're going to promote the day. So,
I can confidently say that UN Days are the easiest days to report on because the materials are readily available. You do not have to struggle. It's just there. You know, pick it up and, you know, do what you have to do.
Absolutely right.
Yes. So I don't know how the conversation actually shifted to UN Days.
How did World Fantastic.
World Fantastic. Okay, it came from that.
It came from that.
All right. So you have an assignment.
He does, yes. I'll give him the list and he can study.
Give him the list and he can choose.
Well,
you can choose your favorite.
I'm just afraid if I'm going to go through the list. I mean, we have a lot of things to do, a lot of things. Remember, Balde is a businessman.
It's only 3 days.
Yeah.
3 pages.
Yeah.
So
3 pages.
On the, our guest for the newspaper review is already here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Always
and on Community Watch, once again, we'll be taking a look at fire safety and we'll be joined by the PRO Gambia Fire and Rescue Service. And Tobaski is fast approaching. We'll be taking a look at Tobaski Ram sales. How far? Bro, how far? How far with the process?
And
well,
how far, bro?
Well, it's still far.
Quite. Far.
It's still far.
Still far. And in case any of our viewers are wondering why it's Monday, why have they not got coffee? Don't worry, somebody will answer for this.
Somebody
I have
needs to
not
answer
seen any coffee here.
No coffee. Look, there's usually a cup of coffee.
Yeah. How far? Not far. Ram?
Well, the day is still far.
Okay.
The pockets are still far.
The pockets.
Pockets are deep.
But
I'm telling you.
And your arms are not long.
Yeah, so we'll be joined by Auntie Hadi Nyang, who will update us in relation to prices and everything.
She'll be out
and about. Outside,
sure.
you know, giving us all the information.
Well, I've seen few rams at Abuko, but I mean...
Few rams you're interested in?
We'll get to find out. Not interested in, but few rams that are being on sale at the moment.
He told us a story of how he identified a ram that was costing 12,000.
Oh.
He decided to go home.
Right.
After identifying the ram, he decided to go home. And then identified the ram already, waited till Tobaski Day, and got the ram for half the price.
Yes.
Isn't that criminal?
Absolutely.
It's
not criminal. It's very clever. You know,
and a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. Because the sellers,
normally I buy my ram.
They want to take everything back. And I don't know why everybody doesn't do that.
Yes, I buy my ram Tobaski Day, so it's cool.
It's
all right,
clever thing.
So we'll be getting live updates from there. So moving on, domestication of agri policies. We'll be joined by Usman Toure, our young Pan-Africanist, to tell us, you know, the need to domesticate policies that has to do with agriculture.
Grow what you eat what you grow.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And we'll be ending with Barhama Cham. He has a new song. Looking forward to what the song is all about.
Cool.
All right.
Who's Barhama again?
I've never heard of him.
I cannot remember.
Who
is he?
I can't even remember my own name, so I ask other people.
So tell us, what's the African proverb?
All right, this is a very famous one.
Okay.
What an old man sees while lying down, a young man can never see even when he climbs up in a tree.
I guess that's about experience.
Yeah, it is.
There's also another saying that old people use, I have forgotten more than you will ever know, because, of course, you haven't lived as long. So that's about experience. An old man has seen a lot, done a lot, somebody young. And sometimes they use it to admonishing young people. Because I can certainly remember when I was young and I was growing up, I reached a certain age and I thought I knew everything.
Yeah.
And now you meet young people who, because they have the internet, and they can get a lot of information, they think they know everything.
Right.
And so you have to, you know, say to them, you know, let me tell you, actually, you don't know everything. You will never know everything, even if you live to be 100. But obviously, with age comes experience, comes a wealth of knowledge. And that experience means that, you know, even when you're lying down, maybe even on your deathbed, you know a lot more than the young person will know.
So, but this proverb doesn't in any way kind of push away the younger person as to where they feel they can reach, or
no, it's not about where they can reach. It's about
things, knowing things.
It's about experience. That's all.
The bottom line.
If I'm 70 years old and somebody is 25, I have experienced more than the 25 years. That's all it's saying.
True.
That's all it's saying.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes in the political atmosphere, it's often used by, you know, politicians to say reasons why they feel maybe young people should not take up. I'm just giving an example.
But what young people always come back with is, if you don't give me the chance, how will I get the experience?
True.
So it's an easy one to push away.
It is, but it happens, and you know, a lot of people do say it. It's like, you know, attaching 15 years experience to a job, and somebody needs to get it at first without the required experience.
You know, in England, we used to look at certain jobs, and it's almost as if they only had one person in mind for that job.
Already.
Because they were so particular. In fact, the only thing they would miss out is the person had to have these initials, you know, JF.
Yeah.
Because it was so tailored, and it was deliberate. Yeah. And so they did it to get around the law. Yeah. But if you didn't know, you thought, oh, this is for anybody and everybody. But then you realize that even in the whole of London, only one person fits the exact description they're looking for, and that's how people get around the law. It's cheating.
It's cheating.
Yeah, but it
you know, most of these things they've already decided on already, but they need to go through a formality.
And so, as you're right, if they don't give young people an opportunity to experience and do things, then they will never have the experience.
They will never have the experience. Yes, so we go for a break and come back now, taking a look at our newspaper review. We'll be right back.
Check out the all-new Tigo 8 at S-Pass Motors. Call 3522-222 or 353-2222 for more information. Cherry. Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply. Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So before heading right on to the newspaper review, we're joined now by Mamadou Lamin Choi, who's here to give us all the information in relation to the pilgrims that are currently at the Banjul International Airport. They were actually asked to come back over Malian airspace. So he will get to update us and tell us everything about it. Welcome to the program, Mamadou Lamin Choi.
Thank you very much, Jennifer, for having me. It's a pleasure. This is a piece of information I've just received from the Gambia International Airline. We understand that the first flight has already gone the pilgrims are already in their hotels. They have settled. But the second batch of flight have returned back to the Gambia. Why? The reason is because the flight that has flown them through Mali, it's called Flynas, which arrived in Mali 30 minutes ahead of schedule. But unfortunately, the flight did not obtain a permit, a flight permit. As a result of that, the Malian authorities had to ask them to return back to the Gambia International Airport. Now, currently, some are at home, while others are at the hotels waiting. Now, what is happening right now is the fact that authorities are negotiating. Diplomatic channels are being used to negotiate between Mali and Liberia. So whichever of these two countries approves, then the second batch of flight will use through the route. So the second batch of flight will either use Mali or Liberian route, depending on the outcome of the negotiations. So this is what is happening, and we are also assured that it doesn't mean that it's the end of it. They're not going to embark on this journey anymore. No negotiations are being done, and the results of that will determine the fate of this second batch of pilgrims. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mamadou Lamin Choi, for that update. I know it's a stressful moment for them and their families, but like Mamadou Lamin Choi mentioned, currently, diplomatic means are being used to actually change the current situation, and we will update you accordingly if everything happens to change. So yes, let's go back to the program proper now. Newspaper review. Ibrahim, that's the voice.
Oh yeah, that's the voice. And it's unfortunate, I mean, they are experiencing this at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the Voice newspaper. Gambia government urged to build public garages, and of course, Ministry of Youth and Sports commits to youth empowerment, and Swiss NGO to take Jammeh to court on environmental crime. We also have market manager reacts to viral videos about SK and Latrikunda markets. Network of women in the arts launch, and Gambians reportedly dead at Melilla migrant camp. That's what we have on the Voice.
All right, yeah. So here we have TRRC recommends infinite revocation of Dr. Mbo's practicing license. This has to do with the TRRC recommendations that Foria gets to break down for us every single time. Right. They're asking that they revoke the license of Dr. Mbo from practicing. And also the National Human Rights Commission urges government to address public concerns on environmental pollution as well as degradation. And Higher Education Minister visits Crab Island, Tibet. And also here we have that the National Assembly Committee cautions contempt on public entities. And here they say that a penalty awaits those who fail to appear for sittings. I hope an example can be set, to ensure compliance. I think, yeah, that is what we have here.
I have the Point newspaper, top left. Imam Jah blames high cost of Hajj package on global issue. I think we know what the global issue is. COVID-19, of course. Ex-Gambian dictator in contact with the ICC. It's International Criminal Court. Award-winning migration reporter thanks the Point. And then in the middle here we have Sika Street lighting project launched, and then Bloombank Gambia launches its digital banking. So that's it. I always like to have some sports-related stuff. So if you bear with me, Elite United record their 6th win. Although somebody told me they refer to them as Elite. I'm not sure why.
Elite
is Elite. And then Brikama United held again in Gambia in GFF First Division, and then Gunjur United to entertain Medical FC in FF Cup round of 16 today, and then Immigration overcome Talinding United in 2nd tier. And we have a young man, Dauda Silla, who plays in the United Kingdom for a small side, Hutman Football Club. I've never heard of them, but his dream, he's 19 years old, his dream is one day to play for the senior Scorpions.
All right. So I think there's something very important that I want to highlight here, which has to do with the National Human Rights Commission, urging government to address public concerns on environmental pollution and degradation. I think generally I like how diverse the National Human Rights Commission is looking into, where they're just not concentrating on maybe SGBV.
It's not just political
or SGBV, but
yeah,
I've seen how much they're now accommodating issues that probably one wouldn't expect, although it is a commission and it's supposed to be diverse.
Sure.
You know, and also another thing that's worth highlighting is just yesterday while I was reading, I saw how really human rights commissions in other countries did not even survive the period that this particular human rights commission has survived.
Sure.
It's important that we highlight that and really accept it as a success no matter what, in as much as sometimes we want to be hard on government, but this is something that really we should all be proud of.
For sure, and they continually show their independence in the things that they tackle and the things that they champion and the causes that they bring to light. So I think definitely to be celebrated. Sure.
I'm actually testing my transitional justice skills as I have transitional justice paper.
Oh,
testing
good.
it.
So you have something there.
Testing it.
The recommendation.
Yes.
Because Foroya have been going through these recommendations from the TRRC.
So they're asking.
And the one against
Dr. Mbo,
it's not a surprise if
that
one
they revoke
watched his testimony at the TRRC. I think it's not a shock to anybody that they would have recommended revocation of his license. Whether it'll happen or not remains to be seen. But yes. And that is one of the recommendations. And it's good that they're doing it because many people didn't have an opportunity to go through the long list of recommendations. So it's good that
Foroya is doing a good job.
Doing a great job. They, you know, every day it's a different one that they bring to light, and they mention the recommendation. So thumbs up to them.
So a lot of individuals also argue that when it comes to the implementation of the recommendations that the TRRC has put together, you know, victims have to be consulted as to forms of implementing strategies, you know, because, you know, since the beginning it has been alleged that the whole process was not quite victim-centered.
Right.
Because they were in consultations on certain areas.
That's a difficult one.
So what do you have to say in relation to that?
You know, when you have something like a TRRC, they will never come up with recommendations that will suit everybody.
Right.
But I'm not aware that there's been anything that they've come up with that have been so contentious that victims have taken exception to. I think pretty much everything they've recommended is what, you know, some of the things regarding amnesty and so on, you'll never get agreement on that.
Yeah.
You know, for some people, these people should be locked for life and have the keys thrown away. Others say there has to be reconciliation because that's part of the thing. And, you know, what does reconciliation involve? But you never, even if you had 3 or 4 victims here, they might not all agree on the same thing. So where do you come down? On whose side do you come down? So it's a very, very difficult one. And I said this all along, even before they sat to put together their reports. I said, because of what we went through in Sierra Leone, be prepared that when the recommendations come, they're not going to suit everybody, they're not going to please everybody, and you're going to have some that are contentious. But generally, I think most of the groups representing victims have agreed with a lot, I'd say even the majority of the recommendations.
Yeah. But now it's about, you know, implementation.
That's the hardest bit.
Yeah, now that the white paper is out, what strategies is there going to be a, you know, roadmap to actually implementing these recommendations? That's where the question is.
And the difficulty about implementation comes down to maybe a couple of things: resources and the will to push them through. You're talking about revoking somebody's license. Somebody's a doctor and you take away their license, process. They're finished.
They're done.
And so people will like, oh, isn't that a bit harsh?
Yeah.
But then you look at the reason why they've suggested that. So it really is not easy to implement any of these.
Yeah, it's not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you know, the National Assembly Committee here is cautioning contempt on public entities. So I've seen few sittings of public committees, and they're talking about the fact that sometimes financial reports and all of these things are quite late to submit. And sometimes we have entities that do not even appear at all, which is quite disrespectful to a legislative body.
Yes, because what they're talking about, select committees, and the select committees have the right by law to summon somebody. And if you fail, it's equivalent to contempt of court, actually. But again, until people start getting fined or banged up in
That's
prison,
the thing.
I don't think people will take it seriously.
They won't.
And realize that that is contempt, as you say. And again, do they have the will? We can keep talking about the will. Do they have the will to enforce it? That you fail to appear.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're told today, appear tomorrow. You're given long notice. So it doesn't come as a surprise to you. So what's your excuse for not turning up? And if you can't turn up, deputize. Let somebody else come in. But sometimes people just don't bother. And until they start harsh sanctions against them, then that
it will
trend
still continue that way.
It will continue. Because part of why people don't turn up is they've seen how others have appeared before these select committees and they've been grilled, like really grilled and roasted for all sorts of failings, and some of them don't want to go and have these failings exposed publicly.
And another thing is, I think they saw how, can you remember that controversial issue between the Justice Minister at the time and the National Assembly where he failed to appear?
Yeah, I mean, that one, to be honest,
it was not.
It wasn't as big a deal as
it was just made a big deal.
I think people made more of it than they should have.
Yeah. Than even public institutions not appearing and
I mean,
bringing
they were saying that this was somebody showing disrespect for the assembly. I think the reason they were upset was because they weren't given notice that the Justice Minister was not going to appear, and they were expecting, and so you can rightly say. But I think, and I have to say this is not the kind of thing you would see in what I would call a mature democracy.
Okay.
In England or America, France, if something like that happened, it would be a big deal, because really it is a kind of disrespect to not appear or inform them that you're not going to appear, just not to turn up. So, but I think it was an oversight, and I think there was an apology later.
The problem that we have, I think deputizing becomes a problem for certain institutions. I mean, if the main man is not there, nothing is going to work.
That's the sad part, the fact that it revolves around one person.
And it's again about capacity within the ministries and the departments that have to come in front of these committees, because as you rightly said, if Balde is the person, I'm a senior civil servant, I'm the PermSec, I have to brief you for about a week before you go in front of this. And if for whatever reason you can't make it, you say, oh, Geneva, then I probably haven't had...
not ready.
Because I haven't briefed you. And so, but you can ask for that. You can say, can there be, but not to turn up. That is pure disrespect.
So that is why things have to be coordinated well. In a way, when it comes to appearing in these select committees or appearing, it has to be team.
Sure.
It has to be team from inception, coordinated well in a way. If this person is not in the puzzle, then it will still work.
Well, you said it right. I mean, to form a team and coordinate it well. I mean, if it's not well coordinated, it will never work.
And you want your minister to say what you've briefed them to say. And I say this with a smile because part of my job back in England was briefing ministers, and some of them were so arrogant that they would kind of just skirt over it. They wouldn't read deeply, and then they'd go and embarrass themselves. And then you then have to send an apology to the select committee saying the minister said this, but it's not true. And you don't want that. The minister has to take interest in the issue and be properly briefed and read the stuff, not just read the headline.
Yeah, sometimes when I see public officials maybe delivering statements or having engagements and it doesn't work, I'm like, what's happening?
Poor briefing or lack of briefing.
Or you don't take it in.
That's it, it happens, it happens. And it happens everywhere.
Yeah, it does happen everywhere.
Yeah, sure.
True. It seems Forea is the center of discussion.
We've got lots of interesting
Ibrahim,
stuff.
take it on, take it on.
I think, Mr. Balde, we have our ex-president. He's here and he's there.
Yes, yes. I think let's
ex-Gambian dictator in contact with the ICC. I always, challenge people when they use the word dictator about Jammeh, not because I'm a fan of his or anything, but if somebody wins an election, no matter whether they fiddle the election or not, then at least they won an election.
Yeah.
A dictator is somebody who bans all political parties, and he didn't do that. There were still political parties, albeit apart from maybe the 96 election, which most people thought he won and won fairly. I think all the subsequent ones, they thought he kind of fiddled. And so for maybe authoritarian, etc., etc.
But not dictator.
But not a dictator in the strict sense of the word, where you ban all political opposition. He didn't do that. And it says, it's an interesting story. It says that he's in contact with the ICC to serious allegations of human rights allegations, including murders, extrajudicial killings, disappearances, and tortures. And it says, information received by this newspaper, The Point, is that they are pursuing him to stand trial. So I guess they've probably written him a letter or sent him an email, and he may have responded to that in his base in Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting one, and one that we will definitely follow and keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
stay tuned on QTV.
I know many people are looking forward to this story.
Very much so, to see how it turns out. How it plays out.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ade, for joining us. It's always good to have you here.
Always good to be here.
So do not forget that you're supposed to provide Ibrahima with a list of UN days.
As soon as I go up, I'm going to print it off
together, and give it to him.
We have
is there any UN day?
A lot of things to do today.
I don't
remember.
I don't.
You're supposed to send me the stories.
I will send you the stories, and I'll send you that. So it's
is there any UN day on how to make extra money?
Well, I think I'll be interested on that one.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. We'll go for a short break, and we'll be right back.
Want it? Order for it and pay quickly using QuickPay on the QMoney platform. With great technology comes ease and convenience. Get a glimpse of what a comfortable life is with QMoney by dialing *323# now. Call 133 for more information. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
to build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
Light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy QPower to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell QPower code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
with ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
QPower, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using eFunkanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy QPower, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. eFunkanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
So welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you were watching QTV this morning. So Omar Toure, thank you so much for joining us. Prior to coming on, we were talking about your attendance of the Commonwealth program there in Kigali, Rwanda. You can just give us an update, because actually QTV has been like following developments as to what has been happening. So why the need for the participation of young people?
Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation once again. CHOGM is, it's basically an organization, and heads of states were invited.
Right.
But, anything that people are doing without the youth is actually not for the youth. So maybe one of those things must have been the reason why we have the CHOGM Youth Forum, where young people from member states of the Commonwealth were invited in Kigali to give their participation and also to just talk about the things as to what they believe should be done on behalf of young people, not only in Africa, but even beyond. So I think that must have been one of the reasons, and it was a fruitful event. Indeed, we had young people coming from
all
different
over
places. And, it was a good interaction, but also to try and redefine one or two things, going beyond just an organization for heads of governments, but the participation of the youths and looking at the objective. So I think this must have been the reason, and yes, it was a good one.
So what's been the take home, really?
Yeah, so personally, it's always difficult to get youths together in one place to say, let's discuss about your future. And knowing that there were representations of more than 50 different countries and youths coming from, this was really an opportunity to network. New contacts were built, but also looking forward to partnering with some individuals with brilliant initiatives in their respective countries, which I believe can be scaled up through our networks or what we can do with them in one way or the other. So networking was a very important takeaway, but also you know, knowing that youths are now demanding space beyond just space, they're demanding for, you know, the capacity, because they have good initiative and they want to make sure that this is done. And it was an opportunity to speak with those in charge directly. And I believe that those were really good things.
Yeah, and also, you know, recently, I think this is just a catch-up for me, because I also see how recently you and your team have came up with this Pan-African movement, youth.
We have like a foundation which we've registered here in the Gambia called the Young Ancestors Foundation. And one of the projects that we launched in the Gambia was the Youth Spotlight, which we are still building on. And we have already rolled out the first cohort of young entrepreneurs that we rolled out an application, and we had like Gambians applying from all angles. And out of this, we, you know, had to go through different stages, and we were able to select 25 young Gambian entrepreneurs, 14 of whom were young women who were into business, and then we had a training with them. And this was in partnership with the United Nations Development Program in Gambia office. So on scaling up their businesses, but as well as, you know, building a platform. How do they get finances, for instance? How do we make sure that the young entrepreneurs capacitize in their various fields, give them avenues as to what they can do to secure fundings that is not going to be like traps for them in the future. So we did that, and we're looking forward to rolling the next cohort, because instantly when we rolled out the application, we were just targeting 25, and we have hundreds applying.
Things exploded.
So which means like there is the need, and we are looking at that with different partners right now, and we hope that before the end of the year, we'll be able to roll out our second cohort and also to look into other avenues. But it all incorporates a Pan-African view that education is #1, and impact is also something that we put at the very core of everything that we're doing. It's beyond profit making, but being an entrepreneur to solve a societal problem, and that's how we're going with it.
Okay, it's beyond money making. Omar, should I say, Usman, can I say you're a Marxist?
No.
You're not?
You can't say it.
Okay, so what should I say you are?
A Pan-Africanist.
Okay. I cannot in any way.
No.
Usman, why am I Omar? Why am I Omar? Sorry about that. So yeah, so generally, you came to the limelight because of, you know, conversations that you've sparked in the country when it comes to leadership, you know, going back to our roots, and the list goes on. So currently, how do you see the state of affairs, you know, in relation to the ideas that you believe in as a young Pan-Africanist?
Yeah, I believe that it's stages. At some point, we needed to launch like a discourse to say, let's talk about these issues. We are a country, we've been independent this long, so-called independent this long. And what have we really registered? And at some point, like, it's as if it is a taboo for people to question some of these things. So first, there was the need to say, okay, this is how far we've gone, and we really need to interrogate our part. What kind of development do we adopt? How do we look at our policies? How do we implement them? What are some of the benefits? What are the reflections in our societies every day? What kind of future are we really building in relation to the world? And as a result of this, there was just the need for, you know, us to come up with something and say, let's talk about this in an African way.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the discussion stage. And beyond that requires actions. How do we make sure that the ideas we talk about, how do we make sure that the things that we said needs to be done, we can take our own role, our own responsibility at the level in which we are. And that is what inspired the formation of the foundation, for instance.
Yeah, the Pan-Africanist Foundation.
Yeah, exactly. So moving beyond the foundation, now we are not just telling people that something needs to be done, but we are saying we are putting this on the table. How do we use this to have a living? How do we do this to make sure that we can take actions in our own respective ways? But then there is another stage, which is, you know, at the leadership role in the society, the governments, politics, and the list goes on. What we intend to do is to make sure that we trigger this conversation and let them take whatever they need with it. If they're willing to put something on the table to say, okay, let's have a dialogue about this particular policy, how do we move? But we're more than willing to offer our strategies and everything on the table.
Amazing.
What we cannot do is to see things not working and keep quiet without pointing them.
Yeah.
And we hire people to serve. If they do not do things right, we have an obligation to say the way things are going is not really right. And I believe that a lot of things should be done in the Gambia at the moment.
Well, I mean, when you look at things, I mean, you've mentioned, I mean, you cannot see, I mean, things being stagnant and without talking about it. But it depends on the people that are supposed to digest this information, you know, and use this information at least to change the way things work. I mean, we have seen a whole lot of people, a whole lot of Pan-Africanists, I mean, talking about certain things, especially in our continent in Africa. But certain things remain the same.
Yeah, I mean, you see, there's like a whole gap, because in most cases, people who call themselves Pan-Africanists, for instance, have long been boxed in one angle. And these are rebels, they are anti-systems, they are people who does old critics and nothing at all. So this has been the norm. I mean, we have like really big scholars who have written amazing literatures about Africa, but just because they were Pan-Africanists, no one welcomes their ideas. Not that they were wrong. And that's it in different fields. We've seen individuals who've championed such cause, talks about policies and what needs to be done, have given a lot of alternative to societies as what we really need to do to get to our developments. But then we just say no, because there is a whole brand of Pan-Africanists out there which says these are the anti-system people, these are the rebels, they don't go with the status quo, and do not even trust them for anything. So this has always been a difficult task. What we really want to do is, there has to be a shift in that, but first it takes young people. The whole idea of Pan-Africanism, all these things has for long been centralized in the minds of only old people. It is the retired teachers in our societies who discuss. It is the retired civil servants. So now, how do we put this at the center of the stage, where young people, wherever they are, in no matter what activity they involve, they can do it in a Pan-African way. Putting this discourse will definitely prepare a generation of Africans who can do things the African way without apologizing to anyone.
All right. Quick update. He was given a scholarship to study in any country, okay? And he chose to study in Rwanda. You know, he could have decided to go to Canada, America, or, you know, any other country. And you've been there studying. So how has the decision been, you know, taking that step to actually study in Rwanda instead of studying in all of these countries? How has it been so far? Because we know you have started.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think one of the things that I really am passionate about in Africa is it has given me an opportunity to travel extensively around the continent. And then beyond, so beyond, you know, just studies, it has given me an opportunity to travel within Rwanda and even to interact with young Africans, knowing exactly the things that they're working. And I believe that they're all incredible in their respective ways. What needs to be done is building a network that will put all of us together and taking collective actions within the continent. So studies has been an incredible journey for me, going to Rwanda and being very welcome as well in that society. And it's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a decision that I welcome. It doesn't mean that I still or I want to insult people who go to other places.
Oh no,
I really have respect for their decisions.
Right.
They can study wherever they feel like studying. What is important is how do we connect what we are studying to our communities problems and how do we bring solutions to them. And I think that is the most important thing.
I mean, when you look at it, the mentality that most people have, I mean, Europe or America, it's the only place that have quality and good education. I mean, as a young Pan-African, what do you think should be done, at least to change that mentality?
Yeah, I mean, it's very true. When we look at some of their institutions, they've been in existence way before most of the universities that we have today in Africa. And the other thing is they're good at branding their very best. You know, they can talk about one individual who passed through maybe Harvard and, you know,
make it big, right?
Like a whole century thing, not to talk about the people who went in and failed, the people who leave and, you know, without doing any impact. So one of the things that I really believe that it doesn't mean that African education is, I mean, a whole win. We still have issues that we really need to build on in our own educational institutions. What we only need to do is to understand that, you know, we cannot have the best if we really do not honor what we have. So it has to be built on different stages. And what I really recommend for policymakers and all these things is to look at the current world and the way in which things work and how we can make our educational institutions to have a link to the societies that we are going after our various causes and etc. Because I mean, we're talking about artificial intelligence, we're talking about the fourth industrial revolution, all these things. I mean, it's a whole complex society out there, which shows that conventional way of learning might not really work for anyone that you are preparing in the next 10 years. So it is just important to incorporate some of these things. Technology is a free space. Everyone from wherever you are, you can do something that is amazing. So there's the need for us to definitely look into this, incorporate it in our education system, and, you know, give options to young people in the continent and give them the space to realize their full potentials as well. This could be...
Why man luma bay xel moy Ibrahima ñu ne xalé yi ñu ne young people dañ wara take up spaces comme leadership spaces. Why man xalé bu ma fi laaj mu ne ma man xawma. Ah? Suma morom yi la wax ñun ñep suñ morom yi.
ñu ne la xawma.
ñu ne ñu xamuñ. moom xam na fu maa waxee
mooy comme lu ma jógee wax nii rek.
waaw waaye suñ xamul na dinañ dem.
non waaye problème bu ñu am mooy. foog ñu commencé fi nga xamante ni kenn ku nekk si ñun.
waaw
dina jéem a waxal moromam. lan mooy li nga xamante ni comme mooy responsibility yi nga xam war lañ ko jëlal suñu bopp. at any stage. dafa nekk ne rek affaire leadership dafa disconnect trop si suñu society bi maanaam man tey su ma jógee suñu kër wala su ma toogee si biir kër gi the only one that I believe should exercise leadership maybe mooy suma yaay ak suma papa and the reason why I'm saying this is because ñoom ñoo nekk mag yi are you saying so dafa nekk ne like it's a whole space where one has to wait to get there and that waiting room is where we need to come out from like danga xaar in the next 10 years danga xaar kii su fi nekkutee yow nga door a waaw loolu noonu I mean that's something that we really have to defeat
kon loolu moo leen ragal loo ne duñ dee am fit bi pour wax ne man dinaa take up lii
exactly so and I think it's something that loo xamante ni like we all need to look into it and we have young leaders that are really exemplaries in the Gambia and even beyond. How do we make sure that we put these people in a stage where they not only mentor other young people but they give them a space to do some of these things. I was in a conference and I met the youth minister Bakari Badi, and one of the things that I told him there was many of us can look at him and feel like yes he is not very old maybe around but beyond just nigga in that position it would be nice to see him walk in a classroom and interact with students.
He's
these
trying
are,
so
So those are things that I believe that he can work on with his team to do more of that. Walk to the university, go to all these other spaces. Let young people see young people in action. It gives them motivation to want to take it forward.
Thank you so much, Usman, for coming. The topic of discussion wasn't this. Oh my God!
Exactly.
But hey, I think this is fair. You know why it's fair? Yeah. We needed to catch up, right? We needed to catch up. There's been so much time in between. So that, but anyway, time that would fend your fineka. Other subsequent conversations coming up. Ana suma dala bi?
Dina ñëwaat inshallah.
Suma dala bi man suma dala bi la laaj. Ana suma Kenyan beats si.
Suma ñëwaat naa ko andiwaat.
Baax na boobu ba man foofu rek laa.
Tey Rwanda laa jógee moo tax.
Rwanda li fa nekk sooy ñëw nga indi waale ko.
Kenya nga ma waxoon.
Waaw ma tawut Rwanda am nañ bagage. Li fa nekk sooy ñëw.
Wala moo Rwanda.
Waaw baax na ba léegi fi ma I take it back. African country boo dem indi ma fa souvenir.
Okay, perfect.
Waa jeex na.
Maa ngi dem
xanaa wax day am.
All right,
so yeah, we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, conversations continues with another segment. We'll be right back.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
QCell, GSM company minna yirwa tariata Gambia Bankoka. QCell la 4G plus network ya banko bela mura. Andung ala internet o tariata sidula saba katambi nyongola. Sound sign yesta 335 kumande. Yada di kemuna fang 4G sobeol. QCell, Gambia la network lanna yaringo.
Check out the all-new Tigo 8 at S-Pass Motors. Call 3522-222 or 353-2222 for more information.
Cherry.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply. Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Want it? Order for it and pay quickly using QuickPay on the Q Money platform. With great technology comes ease and convenience. Get a glimpse of what a comfortable life is with Q-Money by dialing *323# now. Call 133 for more information. Q-Money, Sunyu Kalpe.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using eFunkanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q-Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. eFunkanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. Special thanks to Usman Toure for joining us and, you know, brilliant conversation there. So, fi nekk ni Ibrahima Balde wax na ma ne yoon bi sori na. Xar yaa ngi metti. Dafa dem yundu si abattoir bi. Identify xar mayma
yundu mbir abattoir bi abu
mayma ok dafa abattoir bi mooy fu ñooy reyee. Waaw léegi moom dafa dem si abu ko bi yundu bu yundoo ba pare xool ban xara ko saf su xaaree ban xara ko saf ba pare mu xaar be bés bi
bési julli
mu daagu ndanka dem jënd xar bi half price.
I always buy my ram Tobaski day
Tobaski day
waaw loolu stratégie la
mooy lan
waaye jéeg bu ma jaay nag gaay xamal ma suma secret bi
waaye lii am na waa baax na fi mu nekk nii nañ dem seeti anti hadi mu ngi si line bi anti hadi ñang wax ñu lu xew Anti Hadi so Anti Hadi moom ñëwaangut pour wax ñu update ñu on lan la xar yi di laaj waaye Balde yaa ngi préparé
waaw xam nga dang ma laaj nga ne ma ne how far ma ne la is still very far you know waaye yàlla ko baala very soon xar yi ñëw
waaw waaye xam nga xar yi sometimes ñu jël ko bëgg koo def competition man paat boobu neexum
waaw loolu is a problem gis nga
su ko defee ñu naan bii mooy xari aawook bii mooy xari ñaareel ak bii mooy xari
society ba jël li nga xam ne lu diis teg ko seen kaw I mean it should not be like that waaye tey bu nekkee ne jënduloo xar bu rëy da ngaa gis ne it's sort of a competition between you and other people so what is important yàlla moom lu mu si seet mooy éene bi ba pare ak deret booy tuur but apart from that I mean lu si des yëpp loolu ay pati
man na ma fi dégg xew xar ñaareel xari aawo xari ñetteel dama ko fi dégg man mënuma understand loolu
yëpp am na that is just
so dafa war a ëppante
that is just the way people think xar la rek waaw na ëpp 1 year mu am 1 year rek bu nekkee xar la bu nekkee béy la moom na am 2 years waaw nga mun a tubasi soo amul xar nga jënd béy simple
waaw deret bi daal na tuuru.
waaw amuloo xar jëndal béy te wax naa la amoon na benn tubaski dama jënd béy.
loolu man jaaxal na ma de man dama xaw a. loolu béy nga jënd
te da nga ko war a uulu.
fekk yaa ngi Qcell fii
am na benn tubaski yaagut sax. benn tubaski dama dem ma fekk xar yaa ngi seer ma jënd benn béy yóbbu ko suma kër.
yéen te sa jabar boo demee appreciate na ko macha allah.
well obviously because we are in this together. so obviously so amul xar jëndal béy. waaw
ba pare affaire mbubi julli tamit mbubi julli bi soo amul mbubi julli sa na yére bi set
waaw
wala déedéet
waaye loolu yëpp xam nga affaire yi aadina comme nuñ ko dee waxee rek aadina la waaye comme yooyu yëpp waaye baax na tam at some point
soo ko amee
xam nga am mbuba bu ees bu nice xam nga sol ko génna wone sa xam nga appreciation bés bi tobaski la bés bu diis la understand nga
waaw am sure ne QTV dinañ génna balaa tobaski bi su lu gaaw this morning fii sa dem seeti preparation si seet ñiy léeta seet ñawkat yi fuñ toolu seet nawek naka la nekk di doxalee ak ñawkat yi at bi waaye fooguma ne mu ngi bon de because last julli moom ñu ne nawek tooñut leen
waaw xam nga ñoom tam dañ war a am di understanding yoo teeloo yi dañ leen dee joxoñ bu baax waaye tam xam naa ne ñoom seen intention du nekk di yóbbu light rek xam nga maybe there are certain things yi nga xam ne they should put into place
waaw fi nekk ni anti Hadi Ñang ku ma bugal boppam pare na pour jàkkaarloog ñun wax ñu lu xar yi di laaj so anti Hadi yaa ngi maa dégg
yes ma Jenny baby na nga def
yow anti Hadi yow yaa ma neex
xam nga fii laa la dugal yow est-ce que xam nga dama la bëgg
man maa xam loolu yow nga utal ma néeg sa kër su ko defee su time bu ma neex ma ñëw toog nga maa xool
non dama laa ñaanal nga am jëkkër bu am alal nga may ma néeg rek sa biir kër ma ñëw dëkk nga xëy di wax may ree rek
waaw anti Hadi man nag dama fi dégga ne xari aawa dafa am xari ñaareel am xari ñetteel am laajal ma borom ñiy jaay foofu noonu ñu won la xari aawa yeeg ñetteel yeeg ñaareel yi
waaw yow ban nga ci bëgg bu ñaareel bi nga bëgg wala bu ñetteel bi
man bu ma si am rek baax na bëgguma wax dara xam nga ay affaire teel la
boo si am baax
waaw
non baa ñu jox la aawa yow aawa xale nga
baax na aawa xale
VIP
soo fi mu nekk nii woon ñu ndànk rek nan la xar yi di laaj fi mu nekk nii si Tabaski bi
waaw balaa loolu rek ma nuyu ñuy seetaan yëpp di nuyu Balde Banna ak ñi nekk si studio bi yëpp jamono bi may wax ak yéen maa ngi fii ci buntu masjidul taxwa ci boori school bi ñëw fekk si fi nga xamante ne fii la ñuy jaayi xar waaye boo fi ñëwee woon daaw ñëw fi ren da nga gis ne am na changes bu am ndax ren xar yi bari wul comme na bare woon daaw waaye pour ñu am ci nag lu ñu leer ñi seetaan tam gi ne ko foog ñu dem waxtaan ak ñi nga xam ne ñoo fi nekk di jaay xar ñu mun a xam lan moo waral ren xar yi bari wuñ naka nga def doo yaa ngi cool
sant yàlla bu baax
tur bi
Rambo la Rambo bakaw ñëpp
ma Rambo yaa ngi may bëgg a jommal yow Rambo du ci làmb ji laa la xam
waa gis nga góor moom da ngaa liggéey rek waaw liggéey ba dee rek
dem nga ci làmb ji tëral ngemb li ñëw ci xar yi
waaw gis nga ñu ngi si xar yi
man Rambo bëgg naa la
incha allah gis nga loolu rek waaw
mbaa yaa ngi am jàmm
waaw sant yàlla bu baax a baax soo leen amee jàmm rek soo du nuyu Gambia yëpp ama du nuyu tamit bakaw comme bakaw bi ñu jógee soo du nuyu tamit kii city tamit ama wala soo xoolee tamit daf ñu jik parce que man nekkuma fa gan waaw because of soo taay be YouTube bi ama suma interview yu bari na fa trop so du nekkul affaire u xar kese affaire yu bëree compétition ama lu nekk so tey ñu ñëwaat fii kon sant yàlla bu baax di ñaan yàlla ñu dajewaat feneen ak feneen ak feneen
tey ma ñëw fekk si la fii ma gis ne daaw time bi soo rombaan fii dafa bari woon xar lool ren ñu gis ne xar yi bariwul lan moo ko waral
waaw soo gisee loolu noonu nag ñëpp war nañ ko xam because of handicap bi moom moo nekk Mali because of xar yu dee génne yëpp Mali lañ dee jógee understand nga so ñoom ñoo dee gën a mën a yar xar yu bare su ko defee suñ duggee Sénégal mu mën a ñëw Gambia so right now nag problème mu ngi fa so ñeneen ñu ngi wax ne mais bi problème dafa génne wala génnul wante lu gën a wóor daal moom moo nekk lan so ku jëndagul xar mu jéem a try mu dem jënda parce que last minute tamit soo toogee ba last minute yaa ngi am sa xaalis mën loo am xar so boobu noonu beneen handicap la
léegi li ma bëgg a xam mooy yow naka nga def ba am xar yi
waaw man dama demoon jëndi xar before 1 month sax moo dafa yaar
fan
man maa ngi demoon ba Linguère Sénégal ginnaaw Touba dafa over yeah
laa nga fay moto mu indi la ko Gambie.
Voilà dafa ba pare dafa seer almost maa ngi fay soo calculé ci CV bi dafa nekk almost ay 45,000 so moom laa fay moto bi so bokkut ak taxi yu ma fay yëpp soo xoolee da ngaa ree ba tas so xar bu nekk dama ko fayal $50 ci ferry bi pour mu jàlla waaw so ñaata xar man may am andi 100 and something xar soo xoolee xar yi gis nga xam ne lii nekkul caaxaan xaalis dëgg moo fa génn
ngeen ñëw tam bu ko jënda ngooñ bi ñoo lekk ak yu demee noonu
waaye everyday da ngaa jënd ngooñ everyday saaku ngooñ 400 lay jar 400 dañ fa yokkaat 400 lay jar so everyday da ngaa jënd 5 saaku everyday nga jënd 5 saaku ngooñ
xar bi moom ñaata la
waaw xar bi Mouhamed Jawi moo nekk nii
Mouhamed Jawi nga tuddee xar bi
moom lañ ko tuddee gisuloo moom bi xar mi moom xaram na xam naa daf ko jëndal imaam yi wala dara
xar bi ñaata la ni
waaw xar bi moom yomb na 75 rek la muy jar ak waxaale waaw because of xaru yar la ñu ñoo ko yar si kër bi gisuloo yafal nañ ko macha allah
ñu am mbégte lool ci jàkkaarloo ak yow Jeynaba waa mel na ni lii lañ fi jëlee woon tey ñu ngi woon fii gis ngeen ne xar yi bari nañ fi waaye xar yi yombul tamit ñoom ñu ngi wax jafe-jafe yi nga xam ne jot nañ ko balaa ñu am xar yi indi ko Gambia waaye problème bi yëpp ñu ngi discover ne ci diggante yoon yi Mali bi nga xam ne dañ tëj frontière bi moo waral xar jafe ren kon lii lañ leen indiloon tey waaye du tee dinañ indiwaat xar yi tamit wane ko pour ñëpp gis ne xar yi nekk fi nii la demee
waaw anti hadi su yàggee
waaw mu ne xar bi nag Mouhamed Dia la ko tuddee
waaw mu ne Mouhamed Dia la ko tuddee waaye su yàggee fooguloo ñu dugg si jaayum xar
li moo nekk léegi 7 years ñu ngi jaay fii understand nga
waaw ba pare danga ma war a jox benn xar ma yóbbul ko Jeynaba de Jeynaba Sonko
loolu amul benn problème so 7 years ñu ngi jaay fii ma suñu am problème soo daf ñu dee romb fii mu dem julli mu ñëw génnaat kon xam naa ne borom xol bu rafet la so su xolam bi rafetul woon time bi kon dañ ñu fay jële so kon ñun ñu ko ñaanal bu baax a baax yàlla defal ko jàmm tamit ñu ngi ñaan tam sponsor because war nañ mën a am ay mbaar parisol yi nii gars yi nañu jàppale
am na solo ñu ngi may wan ne suma waxtu bi jeex na tàkk dinañ si jàpp luñ munte xam naa Mouhamed Dia moom ngay tudd borom xol bu rafet la bu leen rombee fii rek dina def ak yéen kon Jeynaba ñu ngi leen di jox dig daje inshallah ba ëllëg ak leneen
te anti hadi xamuloo sa Mr Mouhamed Dia sa mun naa jënd xar boobu jébal ko waa this morning loolu yëpp xëj na si
waaw wax dëgg yàlla waaw
so Ibrahima man su yàggee damaa bàyyi journalisme dem di jaayi xar xari $75,000 ba pare aka moo mun marketing
mu ne boy bi Mouhamed Dia la tudd xar bi Mouhamed Dia la tudd can you imagine
déedéet daf ko jagleel rek so fi mu nekk nii ñu dem ak click segment Ibrahima so xam naa man dinaa la bàyyi click segment bi nga doxantoo gaay ndanka su ko defee ngeen def ba bàyyi ma bàyyi la
waaw baax na amul problème
Skengman Sweezy yow loo wax yow tey loo eewoo
Good morning guys, I'm Skengman Sweezy. It's a beautiful Monday morning and I'm having fun in the studio already. We've met in the studio. I have a second timer, not really a first timer, but a second timer. He's been coming to the show. He came firstly and then he's on the show again today. And we have a regular face of QTV in the studio as well. But Ahmad-chan, welcome to the studio, bro.
Thank you so much, bro. You know, you already know, it's always a pleasure for me to be here because QTV, QCell is home.
Exactly.
So I feel really comfortable, really happy to see my beautiful faces, my brothers and sisters. So thanks so much.
Yeah, and Lil Cal, welcome to the show, bro. It's a pleasure, man. Jeff, second time on the show, bro.
Yeah, it's a pleasure as well. You know, to share this platform with my big bro, Bahama.
Yeah. Appreciate it, bro.
As well.
Exactly, man.
I really feel, I really appreciate it.
I know, man. So today we're doing something special. We're talking music and then we're talking about new project that my guys have dropped. Brahma just dropped a new video over the weekend. It's called Park and Go.
Yeah.
And Lil Cal dropped his album as well and some visuals as well. So we're going to talk about that. But first of all, Brahma, how is the Priest project going so far with you so far? Since the last time you came, you were working with the Peace Hub and you're still working with the Peace Hub and you're still doing your thing. But I just want to know your progress so far.
Yeah, we've been progressing in so many ways because we've done a couple of projects, but still now on the road. You know what I'm saying? Because the advocate for peace is something that should be forever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because peace is something that we need on a daily basis. So not very long, we did our peace walk, and we did launch the SDGs too. That's part of the projects that I'm working with them. Ask the Youth Voices Ambassador. That's just one side of it. But on the entertainment side too, we have some little thing to spice up the thing, you know what I'm saying? So we're coming up with some great things that will empower the other side, which is the peace advocacy and things like that. But we on the grind, working on some things.
Exactly, man. I know you've been doing it big, and I'm proud of you, to be honest.
Thanks so much, bro.
And Lil Cal, the first time you came on the show, it was about the cipher. But here you are today, man. Trust me, you've developed a lot. I've seen the work you've put in the music. I've seen the energy you've put in the videos as well, which tells that you're really doing great when it comes to your music career itself. You're not joking, you're taking it seriously, man.
Sure.
You came here the first time for the Cypher, and trust it, man, you were dominated, man. And now you're here again. We're about to talk about your album that you dropped not long ago, man. But first of all, how is the music scene treating you so far, being an artist?
Yeah, lately it has been, smoothly.
Okay, and you can even speak in Wolof as well. Let's just mix and blend it. Yeah.
Yeah, come no like lately mini smooth is my side, because like my work, I'm every day and night. I understand, but I have a good, management team. But I'm telling you, some gonna do my support each and every day. Some fancy time. Then me fuel up every time. So that I guess I'm in a girl. They gonna your job, So none of them motor come ma do a Cypher be gain a feel, I'll feel, I understand. And after positive results,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Album B is out. Half devil.
Go check it out.
Half human. People should check it out, man.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the album, man. What inspired you on working on album? Because we've seen so many artists, not everybody that start doing music that launch an album, some of them take their time. It takes them years before they even work on an album, actually. But I believe the producer, Ras Believe in One, big shout out to you, bro. He's doing big as well, man. So what really inspired you in doing the album?
Yeah, like you said earlier, come album then ko job ni yara ne kula hamante na moto like job ko there fun.
Wow.
I've been working, for almost like 2 to 3 years, neku 3 years like a job 100%, but like tembo la don, def, you understand? Def suma songs, was then I guess ne come downloaded beats. Soon upcoming artists, you know, mono favor. Like big artists, I'm of my professional. So big develop nice come down over the takes a time. I'm gonna look things in like them that I understand. So none of them, but like come the methodology put def album be my EP, you can call it an album because 9 songs more.
9 songs exactly. To me it's not an EP, to me it's an album, bro. To be honest, man.
Yeah. So then I guess the job album then ko job. You could benefit then ko job. And alhamdulillah, results I'm them positive like always.
Brahma. To be honest, man, trust me, I feel blessed having you guys in the studio with me
today,
today,
here, bro. You already know. It's a mutual connection,
man. Yeah. So let's talk about the video Park and Go. What inspired the song and the visuals?
Park and Go is a storyline that I believe it's happening in every household. You understand? Love being something beautiful. We all understand that. But that beautiful thing can sometimes be toxic when you have a problem with the partner that you live in the same house with. You understand? So that's why I always used to say, no matter how sweet a relationship is, sometimes partners might quarrel up to an extent that each and everyone will say nasty things to the other. So it was just the realities of the society. So I wanted to put some artistic creation on that. To remind the people about the things that they've been saying, to remind the husband and wife about the quarrel that they've been doing, which I don't see, but I can write.
Exactly. Obviously you're married as well, so you know how things work.
I know how things work. So it was just another way of expressing myself musically, but also to connect with the people. And thanks to God, I've managed to do that because right now people are showing me love everywhere. Really
I'm seeing it. The TikTok thing is going viral.
Yeah, it's going viral.
To be honest, Bale, are you facing the same thing in your married house?
Well, I mean, marriage comes with ups and downs. I mean, there is no point in life that you say my marriage has been smooth all the time.
Okay, well, mine has been smooth all the time.
I pray for it to be smooth, but even if you get married, it won't be smooth.
Not even if I get married. I'm already married.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
So it won't be smooth like that. So I think Barhama's song connects to each and every household.
To be honest, man. So, Brahma, first time we premiered the video on QTV. It was supposed to be done last week, but due to the rain, we couldn't do it. So I want you to premiere the video to your fans out there.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I'm happy to do that. Bro, can you please do that for me?
Well, I want to do it. I will be very honored to do it for you. I mean, at least this video, I'll be like, I'm the one who first premiered this video
on QTV. Exactly.
I would love that.
So what we do, we go with Barhama,
Park and Go, man.
One of the biggest videos. So let's take a look at it and we'll be back.
The song is called Park and Go. We'll be right back.
Park and Go.
rek di wax sa dépasse sax mutul nga bu gën nekk di kaas sa morom mi góor yi rek ñu fi sampa ay taax wàññil ma wax ju bëri yee ma nekk góor ku baax. You will never say the good things I'm doing for you, but I'm really not surprised you don't know how to say the truth. Earlier today you didn't call me your only boo. You are a perfect pretender, keeping it on the low. You don't know how to treat a woman, you're so boring too. How to make me happy, you don't even have a clue. Musuloma joke, tabi masokla siyo. When we are together, you are busy on your back and go. Dama son chikulobi. Back and go. Dama son chikuloyi. Kalene ko no, no, no. Domarei ak jealousy. Kalene ko no, no, no. Lula son alma sa jealousy. I need a peace of mind. If you want, you can do what you wanna do. I know I'll be fine. Come now along the line. My love means nothing to you. All you know is how to lie. You never treat me right. Maria walk to body. Outside the nice, you can get off his smile. Anything luma waka kapu chikani. Luma waka def ko high. Dem go so an bitege sak manyaka appetite. Lu tax do ñàkk appetite bi foog nga ak si kër jaar nga kër fa Dubai. Boole naa la ak bambalaay mun na su demee sa tuddee na ko wax sa yaay. Su la neexee sax nga naaw yow sax dama foog na yow dangay waaja caam. Baagañ ko dama sonn ci xuloo bi. Baagañ ko dama sonn ci xuloo yi. Kële ne ko non non non. Jealousy, no, no, no. Lula son alma sa jealousy. No, 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 no. You either check or you will pack and go. Well, I will marry all the three, making it four. Sa chikota pa nyaw ni poto poto. Baksi beer, sakir doko topato. You are the one to check.
That is it right there. Yeah. Pack and go by Brahma Champ. Trust me, man. On some next level.
Bob, I am pretty sure many people are connecting to this music.
I'm not married, but I feel connected to it, man. No, this song is not only about married people. It's about love life, though. It's about how you treat your woman. It's about the way you spend time with your partner. That's what the song is about.
It's about truth.
It's about truth.
It's absolutely, you know, there should be a mutual understanding in the relationships. I mean, to make sure it works. And, you know, there is a particular thing that people look for in relationships. That is peace of mind. I mean,
that's
you mentioned it on the video.
Yeah, you understand.
And it talks about it a lot. But let's talk about the visuals, bro.
Actually,
I see the lady doing her thing as well.
Yeah, and then I have to say shout out to this lady because, to be honest, you know, she did compliment the video and the work that I've done. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes a singer can do his part, but it left to the director and to the cast that are going to be part of the video to complement the level to another work, to another level. And then she's called Banna, and trust me, she did nail the video.
Banna, I need you, man. We should link up.
Yeah, we will certainly link up because right now I think they should watch for her. She's good with what she does.
No, she's really good, man.
You understand?
And A&A, they did a great job with the production.
This is my first project. You understand? Out of STS. STS is my bro.
No, I know.
We do everything together.
Exactly.
You know, we are close. But this time round, these people, I see their work, and then you know, we link up and then just did this video, which was something else. And then what I love to say is, it's a love story. You understand? People can be together. Not that they have to be quarantined on a negative side, but always, nobody is perfect.
Exactly.
There is no relationship that won't have ups and downs.
Obviously, there is no relationship at all, man. So every relationship have ups and downs, man, to be honest.
And that's it. That was the video out there.
So Lil Carl, let's premiere your video, man. It's the first time on QTV. I want you to premiere it to the fans out there.
Yeah, come for them, be my first time, you know, they play with chat.
No, I should do the premiere for him.
Okay, you should do it,
because you know he's my star. So he's my star and my brother. Somebody I rate that much.
And trust me, we're gonna have a collabo as well from the two superstars in the studio. So let's do the premiere.
Yo, greetings to each and every one. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to get ready and then watch this crazy video from the boy himself, Lil Carl, a brother that you should watch out for. That's what it is. I premiered that video to the wall out there. Check it out.
We'll be right back. Oh, unfortunately, the video is not ready yet, man. But let's talk about the video. But we're also surely going to premiere it. So this video, I watched it. It sends message out as well. It talks about you, what you've been through, and the music scene itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so let's talk about this video actually, bro.
Yeah, the video itself.
What inspired the song and the video?
Yeah, come look at Lumagana inspired this song more. Come like from I couldn't believe. You know, I was, you know, sitting with my friends, you know, my guys and my family.
Yeah.
Writing this song, they were that's my mission been Auntie Bruno Rohi. She's my manager. She's everything to me. To be honest, Momo came up with that word, Wicha.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Then from there I started creating it, writing it down. And Blama record song we perform now was a live band. Still a live band and then
okay. There you go, man, that's a song.
That's it.
That's it.
Hey, no refejiko, Khalis from Mecca, they go you to Lijantiko. Hey, Padino, Nina Mundi Boss, Rahi Fensa TV, Mansangi Dog, Motak Nalen Mika, Dylan Mika, Jambo, Nalen Mika, Dylan Mika, Niga Nalen Mika, Dylan Mika, Nalen Mika, Dylan Mika, Kontanga Nek, Talal Gas Toxic, Wait, Ana Alunek, Nalen Tal Konde, Niga Bilai Dolen Bandi, Nalen Defne Sandwich, Motom Bali, Jefflen Sandi, Tamit, believe in one Nile Dene, Achayala Tere, Doma Neme Funya Kase, yeah, Namana Hamga, my bandi began to do never get Nyari, taken to the Suku, the Chakiri, way, my Babili, Walla, my Dajina, Maniga Mandama, Mangini, Maya, the Chabi, Betaluma, Warima, if you live as a food, my sapali, full of the Habati, but in the Yarika, Filuma Fital, can do Capital, Rakulen Buga de Al, half the Yokusagim and Ball. Wow, your nigga Lonyo like a Sava, one day Mr. Gaba, France, go for Musafana.
Hey, Micha, trust him, man. The video is on fire as well, man.
Yeah, man.
Who did the production?
A&E as well.
No,
They did
man, to be honest, man, these guys are good. The concept, everything, it's a matching concept with the video, man, to be honest.
For sure.
The storyline and the songs, they're really good together,
Yeah,
man.
they match,
and
yeah.
big shout out to N for doing your thing, man. So, Lil Carl, I got a question for you, yeah?
Yeah.
What is the next big thing for you as an artist? Because we all know you like a cypher artist, sort of.
Yeah.
Most of the people get to know you because of the cypher that you've been doing in the Gambia.
Yeah.
And now you've been an independent artist on your own, trying to go into music and focus on the music career as an artist, actually. So what is the biggest thing for you right now that you're working to achieve in the industry?
Yeah, lately, you know, I've dropped my EP, like I said earlier, and I want to launch it at Serekunda East.
Nice.
Yeah, Serekunda East at the park. That's why I want to launch the whole EP, you know me. And we have been working towards it, and then and I hope it will, you know.
It's gonna work out, man. We also support you, and we're gonna give you the support.
Yeah.
Now, Brahma, man,
Yeah, trust me,
we've been waiting for long.
Yeah, actually.
And this project just dropped. But I want to know actually, what are you working on as well from now to the ending of the year? Because we all know you as that consistent artist that have been dropping songs upon songs and hits upon hits as well, man. Yeah.
Trust me, this song is just the tip of the iceberg. And when I tell you that, you know, you can mark my words, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been working on it, you know, I've been working for a long time. Yeah. And then sometime around last year, I did launch my album at Q City.
Exactly, it was at
but
Q City.
I just did the launching without releasing the project.
Okay.
Because there was some little bit of delay from the production side of it. So I don't want to rush things because this thing is Barhama introducing himself to the world. That's why it's called I Am Barhama. So I have a, you know, it means a lot to me.
To you as well, yeah.
So this song, Park and Go, is one of the songs from the album.
Trust
and
it.
right now, everything is ready with me. Very soon, the world, the Gambia, and everybody will have a package of
yeah, but before we take a leave of you, man, let me have my beat. We're gonna close with a freestyle today, man. So control room, let me have my beat. We're gonna close with a freestyle.
Right
I know
now.
we're running out of time, but we need to do it, man. We need to do this, man.
Hit it, he does
Hit
up.
it, man. Hit it.
Up. He's a rapper, anything we good.
And he's a singer in the studio.
You know
so we have two multi-talented people in the studio right now, man. Let me just have it. We keep it going, man. Okay, so I think we should do a cappella though. We should do a cappella because my beat is not ready. It's like something is wrong with my guys in the studio today, but we're gonna keep it for another day, man. But I'm sure we're going to have Brahma in the studio again, and we're going to have Lil Khan in the studio again.
Big time.
I always say this, if you're doing good work, you're going to come on the show.
Actually.
Because we need people that are putting energy and putting all their work in the industry, man. So for my end, I'm saying bye-bye, but unfortunately, my beat is not ready, so I think we can do that for next time. Till I come your way tomorrow again with some amazing guests. Oh, my beat is ready. Yeah, it's about to go on Brahma Cham in the studio, featuring Lil Khan.
Waveless on the track.
Hey, what up? What up?
Jàng ba jàngal ki jàngale no certificate mind dox ma sar se dënn boobu pes na teb la xoolu góor yi baax yi di kala ko bu se fi sey ba kay ne ci bind se expert su ma ne la watuma yeneen ma xamal lay waaje egg de laaj inside of me nekk fi lee yenn reason bu ñu ne ni ñëw te fa ko seet lu baax lañ bëgg a soppi lu bon ñu bëri dund fee nga wax nga ubbee right now we in Q City this morning, we are vibing. Hey. DJ Carl, come give me the vibe, let's be vibing. Kingman Sweezy, oh we vibing.
So we vibing. Jail man, mama genal ma nekk fake man. Ndeysaan kalso jeko xamal ne del ba. Te taw, sako xaalis sako sefa. No, man duma musa nekk fake man. Yeah, duma musa nekk fake man.
For real man.
Ndax dafa nga ma liggéey si man. I got a tango pay. Bala may gere minde foni dafa wet. Dere dawa tufa. Mangi gena Kabi gena duta. Lima gena wow. QCT, QTV. Mangi ni di rap suma season. Mamuna gena vidi dem for money.
Hey